Hello everyone, my name is Michael Spaven. I'm a junior in biomedical engineering. This will be my second time running for the Advancement of Latinos in Engineering Vice President position. 2 years ago I started being involved with SHIP, and I quickly saw that it's a very special organization. I love the ALE YLF event, and I knew that the ALE VP position was the one that was right for me. When I applied and I sat at the banquet waiting to hear back, I heard Renee's name, and I was really happy for him because I knew he would do an incredible job. But I was also really hurt and disappointed because I wanted to give back to the organization that has given me so much over the years. But looking back, I see that not winning was actually a blessing in disguise. This past year, I became a think tank tutor, an engineering ambassador, a service officer for the Gamma Beta Phi Honor Society, and part of the Engineering Student Council, while also joining a research lab on campus. Being so involved meant my time from SHIP was limited, but it was also helped me grow as a professional, a student, and a person. Being a tutor brought me patience and the ability to communicate complex ideas with people that didn't have the same background as I did. Being an engineering ambassador gave me confidence to speak publicly while learning about the College of Engineering and what excites high school students about engineering. Being on the Engineering Student Council helped me build strong connections with the clubs and the people that make up the College of Engineering. By the way, from the Engineering Student Council perspective, it's easy to see that SHIP is the best club in the College of Engineering. On ESC, I was a part of the iExpo committee, which means I recruited companies to come to the iExpo Career Fair. I believe my skills communicating with the professionals will help bring funding for the ALE YLF event. As a service officer, I learned responsibility for an organization and holding myself to a higher standard than the rest of the members. While I was in the lab, I learned to manage my time while being so involved and keeping my grades up. I learned so much over the past year, but I decided I wanted to step down and away from a lot of my current involvement because I want to have as much time as possible to dedicate to the organization that I have the most passion for, the Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers. I'm glad I was not elected last year because now I know that I have so much more to offer SHIP. I would now like to talk about the ALE YLF event itself. For this next year, I would like to focus on inclusion in the two of the following ways. Firstly, I would like to increase participation of all the students that come to the event. And this past year while I was working, I saw this small girl. She was shy and reserved, but I could see in her eyes that she was very interested in the SHIP Build project. I encouraged her to share her ideas about the water channels. And from across the room, I heard her offer her ideas up to her group. And I also heard the little boy next to her tease her and say her idea was poor. I knew that the reason he did this was because he had a crush on her. But at the same time, my heart sunk when I saw the little girl go back to being shy and reserved. No matter what I said or did, I couldn't get her to come back out of her shell. So in order to bring up participation, I'd like to limit the group size as much as possible and specialize tasks to make sure everyone is involved and everyone feels like engineering is a place for them. Which brings me to my next point. I want to make sure all of you are more of a focal point for the next event. Everyone has felt like that little girl before. Engineering is challenging and intimidating, and we've all doubted our abilities before. But the fact that you are still here today is something to celebrate. Each of you is a success story, and I want the students to hear your stories. I want them to hear about the boy from the small town that came to the big university and succeeded in engineering. I want them to hear about the girl who was never interested in her high school classes, but went on to become an engineer after finding her passion in math and science. Being an engineering ambassador, I learned that high school students don't care about facts. They care about experiences. They care about your experiences. In conclusion, since losing the election last year, I have grown and developed my talents, I have cleared my schedule, and I have never doubted that the ALE VP position was right for me. SHIP means so much to me. All of you mean so much to me. Please, let me give back to the organization that has given me so much. Make me your Advancement of Latinos in Engineering Vice President for my final year at the University of Arizona. Thank you.